the gods, all the heavens, all the hells are within you. That is the most standout quote of the movie 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. That is directed by Michael Bay and based off the original book by Mitchell Zuckoff. Now, I don't think there was a specific favorite part of the movie for me when it came to this cinematic masterpiece, but I think my favorite general idea was how everything came together at the end, and how all of the themes and everything that went wrong in one way or another was solved by the end of the movie. And it was not just a movie that had little themes throughout the movie. It was a movie where there was a singular theme that drove the whole movie and made you think and made you question what things you would do in certain scenarios. Now, the main character in this film is named Jack Silva, played by John Krasinski, I believe. He's a newly private military contractor who is also an ex-Navy SEAL. And his first deployment as a military contractor is working security detail at a CIA base in the middle of Benghazi, Libya, that apparently doesn't exist, by all accounts, unless you have a high enough clearance. Now, at the beginning of the movie, he leaves his family and comes out and works for obviously a much more lucrative job, private military contractor, as opposed to staying back home with his two daughters and his wife. Now, the main thing that changes him throughout this film, and it very much comes to a peak at the end of the film, right before the end of the film actually, are the horrors that are still out there in the world that have to do with war and have to do with all the bad things that people want to do to other people. And at the end of the movie, he finds a new gratefulness for his life and a new gratefulness for his two daughters, and apparently the third one that is on the way. And he promises his family that he's coming home and he will never leave again. Now, the overlapping theme of the entire movie is when everything hits the fan, when the odds are against you, when everything is crashing down around you, you have it within you to do the right thing, no matter what. No matter who's telling you to do the wrong thing, no matter who is pushing you to not stay true to yourself, will you still do the right thing? Now, the biggest conflicts within this film are actually two things at the same time. Now, it's human versus human and human versus self at the same time. Because like the quote, how all the gods, heavens, and the hells are within you, you are fighting with the heaven and the hell within you of whether to do the right thing or the wrong thing. But within the film, there is actually a character, the chief of the CIA base, who does represent the hells that are encouraging Jack Silva and his six-man team to do the wrong thing, the thing that goes against all of their feelings and all their training and all the morals that they hold to. Now, the cinematography in this film, in my opinion, is exceptional. It puts you very much right in the position of the soldiers that are dealing with this conflict, and it puts you very much in the position to fully experience what they are going through. Now, there's a lot of one of the things that was very unique is there's a lot of cameras on the guns. Now, when they're holding the gun and looking down it, there's a camera right on the side of it that actually looks at them in the face and is able to see the mud, the blood, and dirt that is all over their face and their facial expressions throughout the movie. Now, the sound, as well as that, is able to, well, first off, it was actually nominated for sound mixing at the 89th. It was nominated for sound mixing at the Oscars. Now, throughout all this, through the cinematography and the sound and the scenes and there's a lot of dark greens and blue tones throughout the film. It puts you in a state of a reality check, that it puts you in such a real position that you realize that this could be real, and this could be something that you could be experiencing if you were in their position. I think in terms of action and adventure films, it is very much in its own subcategory of war memoirs. But if we're talking about just action films, it is very much significant due to the fact that this is a very big event that occurred in Benghazi that not a lot of people tend to talk about. Now, when you're talking about if it follows the lines or the guidelines of a film like this, it definitely doesn't. It goes outside the genre by, at the end, while it might end in a way that you predict, there are a lot of negative things that occur at the end of the movie that don't really make you feel like it's a typical action and adventure feel-good ending. In conclusion, when you look at something and you look at a scenario and everything has gone wrong and everything is going against you, and you know that within you all the heavens, all the hells, all the gods reside within you, will you continue to do the right thing?